Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back. It's yet another week of Super Smash Brothers action. Man, I was about to say smush. I've been saying that word way too much this week. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, right here for EGFC. My name is Upmine, joined here by Cool J, and we have ourselves some more collegiate action for you guys this week. It is going to be DePaul facing off against St. John's. They're currently doing a hand warmer right now, just sort of getting into things, but this is a little bit bigger of a matchup. These are two teams that were pretty good last season, Cool J.
Yeah, and it should be a really fun one to watch. I think that they're really excited. You know, they both had a pretty good time last week.
Oh, yeah,
so, you know,
absolutely.
I mean, both of them, we're talking to Paul and St. John's here again. Just keep you guys checking out. We are going to be starting off with ADR against Thitco.
Thitco? Yeah, that's a weird name. I think we'll see it a little bit more, like, actually in-game. A little bit more cohesive in a sense, but it's all good. Yeah, so DePaul University, St. John's University, both of these teams ended up getting up some actually pretty big dubs last week. We had DePaul winning up their game 14-10. That was actually really, really close against Canisius. Now, in terms of St. Paul, I don't really know if that game actually happened. It might have been... No, I think St. John's game was actually a forfeit win. So yeah, so St. John's didn't actually end up playing last week. So a team that had a lot of potential from last season, they're going to be starting things off right now. So this should be fun. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to head into our game in just a little bit. But Cool J, what is kind of your first impressions on the entire league in general? Because we saw some pretty good performances last week.
Yeah, well... We do have a very interesting format.
Yeah.
We're bringing the crew battles, but we're bringing it in a new way. And I do really like it. I like the way it goes because we make it more of a team environment. Obviously, there's still a chance for the individuals to pop off, but overall, having a lot of fun with it. And now we are ready to get into it. It's the Pac-Man and the Pikachu matchup.
Fun.
Okay,
yeah, no, this one, okay, so this one is going to be essentially ADR just trying to dominate as much neutral as possible, and that's just the thing with Pac-Man in general. He has so many moves that just lingers forever and hits like a truck, Cool J, and we already see a perfect stock to open things up for ADR.
Yeah, absolutely incredible stuff there. Not quite perfect, but just about. I mean, doesn't get much better than that. So of course, I mean,
no percent taken. So I mean, that's flawless. Although it was a couple of chip hits here and there, but I at least for now, ADR, he has all the, I guess you could say, the confidence, the momentum in the world. Just an update for DePaul, it is ADR, and St. John's is playing up with Thitco. So the scoreboard is reversed, but for now, that's kind of our reference.
Yeah, making sure the viewers are informed. That's what we do here at EGF.
You got it. You got it.
We are sponsored by viewers like you.
Thank you. That's such a good reference, dude. Yo. All right. Thitco opening things off, actually. Taking back the stock pretty cleanly. Ever since he just went down pretty much a 0 to death. I mean, I can't call it 0 to death combo, but that's exactly what it was off the first stock. He has already brought it all the way back, not only to a tie, but a little bit of an advantage here, Cool J.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. He really went hard on that second stock. It almost felt like he just got surprised. He wasn't really... ADR came out ready to play. He got that stock so quickly, but now coming back into it is Thitco on this Pikachu, and he has evened it up. He's actually now in a slight damage lead. We'll see if he can get a stock lead though, because that's really what matters. It doesn't really matter that damage. Just makes it a little easier. Sometimes it can be hard for Pikachu to find the kill buzz though. Thitco just barely can't finish that one off, but now he's certainly got ADR in the range. He wants it there. It is.
Hey. Hey, if it doesn't work, the first time, you might as well do it again. Thitco stepping up to the plate and getting himself at least a second stock for his team. And reminder that the format for each stock that you end up winning by. So pretend that Thitko ends up winning this game by 1 stock. That is 1 point for his team, an extra 2 points if he wins the whole set. So at this point, DePaul might be actually looking at what is a little bit of a close victory, or at least a close game period, because ADR just step up with an F smash, and that's kind of the Pac-Man special, just pulling out F smashes the entire time. It hits super confidently. It has a lingering hitbox, and especially against Pikachu, that is a little bit lighter of a character, it should be a little bit more confident. But in we go once again. Cool J. Thitko has advantage of neutral for now, just trying to find some sort of hit onto ADR. Does have a combo starter in terms of a T-Jolt, but can't capitalize.
Yeah, and I mean, we're almost even here, slightly favoring Thitko. Obviously, the momentum hugely favoring Thitko at this point in time, but I feel like ADR, especially after what we saw in the first stock, he could take this one at any moment. It's all about him finding that opportunity, but so far, Thitko, he is just not giving him any openings here. I want to see him try and punish when they're not in the neutral, but, you know, it is really difficult in this matchup to do that. So we'll see. He's going in, just getting all this chip damage in on both sides. A lot of respect now at this point.
Jeez!
And there it is. ADR just finished them right off. Incredible hit there, and that is going to be the first of this best of 3. Going to ADR. There we go. Good stuff.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. Going to ADR, going to DePaul. And, well, I mean, in terms of just that game period, we saw what was glimpses of hope for both of the players. First stock was just kind of what would be, you know, you get a moment to just kind of style on me. I get a moment to style on you. Is what it is. So, yeah, we are moving on. And I think this matchup, I don't really know where the line would be drawn here. I feel like this would be a little bit more even of a matchup, purely because both just have super, I'm not going to say similar, but at least counteractive move sets where you are going to have your own moments to, you know, step up to the plate and actually get yourself just way too much damage than what it's actually worth. Pikachu up tilts you once, he's going to be able to nair loop you pretty confidently up to 40 to 50%. And Pac-Man, not exactly going to be, or at least ADR from what we saw last week, isn't exactly too dependent in terms of his projectiles for combo starters. It mainly uses it as offstage pressure and mainly just hard damage period. Is mainly going to be looking for what is just hard fairs, you know, just fairs, down airs, mainly just hard combo startups that would mainly take him about 20 to 30%. But knowing Pac-Man and exactly what we saw in that last stock, he's going to be able to kill early. So that's where the two kind of counteract each other. They kind of level out. So I am very excited to see what is our game 2. We don't know what stage just yet, but it looks like the two are going to be ready in just a little bit. Cool Jay, any thoughts on the last game?
Well, honestly, it's really looking like a skill matchup at this point. I think you were kind of feeling the same way. Between these two guys, it looks like it could go either way. Thitko and ADR both playing it really well into this matchup, and as well just into each other. There's a lot of mutual respect on these guys. It doesn't really feel like either of them are ever over pursuing. Now we'll see if that changes in game 2 and in a potential game 3, but you know, it really felt like they were respecting the strength of the other side, trying to get those hits in where they could, playing a very kind of slower game.
I guess if
you could say that.
Yeah. So I actually wanted to give a little bit of a shout out to some people in chat, because we actually don't do this all too much, but I'm looking at chat. A couple of very interesting conversations. We have a couple of people either in class or taking tests. Shoutouts to Wumba. Shoutouts to Llama Melon. Please do not fail your midterm. That is the last thing that we want you to do, especially representing a collegiate organization. But hey, we also saw the cat sighting. Cool Jay, we mentioned this last week. You got a new cat.
Yeah, the cat tax is going to be paid today. He's had some time to get used to it, and you can see he has his little box there in the background that he is just
there he is. He's like going in and out. Yo, Pog. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting right into the next game. Hey, you can pay the cat tax a little bit later, but we're heading right into game 2, where DePaul is up currently 1-0.
Yep, and here we go back into it. Already a little bit of damage coming out for Thitko. Last time around, ADR got off to a blazing fast start, but this time Thitko is trying to turn it on the other hand here. See if he can keep it going. He's only gotten a little bit of damage up. He hasn't been able to get back in, and this is what I'm talking about. So patient play from these two. Obviously, I mean, they're constantly looking for opportunities, but both sides are never overextending, always knowing their limits and knowing where the danger is going to come from. So they're taking so little damage, despite both of them basically constantly tossing out hits, looking to try and go into a combo.
Right, and again, it's mainly going to be Pikachu throwing out what would be some bigger hitboxes just to try to approach, because what we're seeing right now from ADR, he's kind of playing more empty space where he's just trying to chip away at shield, just trying to get at least a little bit of a starter, maybe even just a get off me move, period, just any sort of damage, because Thitko is staying very evasive at this point, just playing up on the on his combo starters like you mentioned. And even that fire extinguisher going down, he's not exactly, or the fire hydrant, is not exactly going to be able to play around with it. But that's the thing. That's the thing with Pac-Man. Hits like an absolute truck, and actually a little bit of a stage spike. No tech from Thitko, so that's actually going to be a stock there from ADR. And not only that, but he's taking a little bit more extra credit, Cool J.
Yep, should have teched. I mean... missing it there from Thitko, and he's going to be paying for that one. ADR, again, getting the first stock. Now, you know, we saw it in game one. It was very, very close, very competitive. Thitko got a lot of momentum on this second stock. We'll see if he can do it again. He did get a lot more damage on the first stock this time around, but ADR was able to finish it off in the end, maybe thanks to that early advantage based on how much work Thitko did, but ADR showing he's not giving an inch this time around. He's already working up the damage on this second stock.
Rightfully so. You have ADR. Oh, you have ADR finally stepping up with the down smash. Down smash is quite the tool for Pikachu. I think more Pikachu players are starting to appreciate that move a little bit more, purely because of its larger, wide-spanning hitbox. And not only that, but it also combos out of Nair. So if you do yet another drag down Nair, you're actually going to be able to kind of not, I don't think true, but pretty tightly be able to hit on that smash tag. But at this point, you still have ADR with quite the advantage, and that Galaxia is going to drag Thitko all the way to the roof of the stage, but it's not exactly going to kill, but a little bit of a yeet, Cool J. Now it's a one-stock lead for ADR.
Yeah, ADR is living rent-free in Thitko's head. He is reading his mind right now, making all kinds of incredible plays right there. And now Thitko down to his last stock. He needs to make his way back up here, but he has barely any damage onto ADR, and ADR still has another stock to go.
And he's chilling right now. Just tries to dash attack on in the apples. And oh, hey, look, it's the tried and true commentator's statement, the old commentator's statement that, you know what, in Apple a day, it'll keep you away from the crew battle, my friend, because DePaul, they're going to be taking up a 5-0 lead off the bat, off of the Apple play at 107. That's nuts. That is just nuts.
What you come to the EGF for.
A little bit of cheese. Hey, it may have been an apple, but I would agree that it's a little bit of cheese, but that was a good play. That was a good play. Throwing it up.
Hey, cheesy plays, not cheesy plays.
It works.
If it works, yeah.
If it works, it works. We take those.
We'll definitely take those, and DePaul is going to be taking those, as you mentioned, getting off to that early lead, and they're going to be looking to keep it going throughout this set. We're going to be coming up next with Cookie and Jay Grunt. I'm not sure what to expect from this one. I think St. John's was on the other stream last week. I'm trying to think why I didn't recognize these names.
St. John's. Was St. John's on the other stream? I don't know. See, like I mentioned, I think they got a forfeit win. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they got a hard forfeit win last week, which again it happens, especially with week one. Especially with week one.
Yeah.
So that's a hardy we take those, but even though, I mean, this is their first game, they really need to step up, and especially against DePaul, which actually might be a team that might just solidify themselves around upper mid table in comparison to what we've seen from other teams, but they have a lot of potential. Cool J.
I gotta say, another interesting thing here is we're actually seeing a couple new faces. I mean, they could just be new names, but new faces for DePaul. Last week, we saw Icaro coming out strong, getting the first win of their entire set, and actually putting them up so big, it was really something that Canisius couldn't overcome throughout that game. But he's not here he's not going to be here today for DePaul. It's going to be Matt Beach and Skull Kid also replacing Ego. That's pretty interesting to me. I wonder how they decide. Maybe they have like their weeklies and the top performers get to play each week. You know, I'm not sure, but something must have made them think that it wasn't a good matchup because he's not on the roster this time around.
Bro, Cool J, yo, that's gonna be too much of a distraction for me, bro. Well, yo, okay, but hey, I think at least for the case for a lot of collegiate players, you have a busy schedule. I mean, you have, I think some schools even have class, directly at 4:30. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of these players just can't show up. Just can't show up to a game, and it happens. So you have a couple of subs for a reason, and I can't, bro. This is too good.
I can always tell because you just like lose your focus. You're like, what was I talking about?
What was I talking about? I'm watching.
Yeah, no, I definitely got what you're saying. It's a great point to bring up. I'm in school. We're in school.
Yeah.
We got it going on too. So it's definitely not the easiest thing for these guys. That could be part of it. And okay.
You died for a second. That too. Hey, you're having a day. You're having a day, Cool J. Hey, that's why you're paying the cat tax to compensate for things. That's all I'm saying.
Definitely.
All I'm saying. So again, we are waiting up for the second player in our lobby, which again, Cookie is on one side. On the other side, I think it's going to be Jay Grunt. I think his name was. Yes, Jay Grunt for St. John's. And I think we're going to go into a very, very quick break just to kind of grasp our bearings, see what the two teams are kind of chilling, doing at the moment. My name is Upmine, joined here by Cool J. Game 2 of 5 between DePaul University and St. John's. Coming at you guys in just a couple of seconds. Welcome on back, ladies and gents. It is game 2 between DePaul University and St. John's. My name is Upmine, joined here by Cool J, and it is going to be now Cookie facing off against Jay Grunt. Now, Cool J, this is a little bit more familiar of a matchup.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit, but we have fun with all kinds of different matchups. And that's one of the fun things about Smash is just so many characters, so many matchups, all kinds of fun. But Palutena is the only one having any fun right now. Cookie is just racking up the damage onto Jay Grunt right now.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, especially with the early start, you can get quite a few just low percent combos. Really, really trusty combos with Palutena. And really, you can control so much of the stage, especially when Joker does not have that Arsene, doesn't have that luxury of returning back to stage in a confident manner, doesn't have too long of a projectile too. So Palutena is one of the best characters in terms of just ledge pressure, period, bar none. And now at this point, you have once again what is now Cookie just dominating neutral. Oh, explosive flame into homing. That's
oh my goodness.
Jeez.
Yeah, Cookie actually was one of the winners for DePaul last week. He was able to win their final set, actually rounding up the squad. This time he's going to be showing up at that number 2 slot, and he is just showing the same strength, absolutely dominating Jay Grunt in this matchup right now. You really hate to see it if you are a St. John's fan, because this one is not looking pretty right now.
Cookie is looking good right now, man. No, Thitko! No, not Thitko, I'm sorry. Jay Grunt SDing there, and oh no, it's all gone wrong, Cool J. That's a 3-stock dub for DePaul.
It really is.
That's the only way that we can describe. Well, it sure is. Welcome back, everyone.
It sure is, buddy.
Oh, man. You hate to see it. Because now DePaul, they're boosting themselves up all the way up to an 8-0 victory. I mean, if any more points get taken from the set, which seems like that's going to be the momentum, that might just be around the scoreline that some teams struggle to get in like 3 or 4 sets. So this lead, if DePaul can really ride this set, it's going to be massive.
I mean, so far, I didn't double check the second stream, but I know on our stream, we didn't really have many comebacks outside of like the first set.
Right,
yeah. It seems like the team, especially the teams that make it to 10 points, is like almost always going to win that set. You know, they're already at 8. They're very close. And we're not even finished with Cookie's set. It's a best of 3. Cookie's got to go back out there and, oh man, Jay Grunt. How do you recover from SDing like that, from doing so poorly in this matchup?
Yeah, hey, but we do have ourselves game 2. I mean, you chalk that up, right? I mean, if you've just played, period. I mean, sometimes you just drop a game, but that's the thing with this group battle format. It doesn't matter, you know, especially in a tournament where you just drop game 1, like can't exactly get comfortable. You know, then you just head into game 2 a lot more formidable, a lot more, I guess you could say more solid. But in this crew battle format, the more points that you take away, the more points that you're just eventually going to keep digging yourself deeper and deeper for your team. So the importance that I'm trying to point out is that, you know, a 3-stock loss, even though you're not feeling it, you at least have to put in a little bit of an effort, because I don't know if the last one was truly an SD or if it was just, you know, get the game over with. You have to just keep moving forward, especially in this format. But hey, we're going to keep moving on. Next game is coming up in just a little bit. Now, Cool J, is there, I mean, we didn't really see much, much of a showcase period from that game, but is there really anything that should be changing up in terms of just solid momentum?
You know, it's really tough to say here. Jay Grunt really just had no momentum at all there. So we'll see if, you know, anything changes as we're getting ready. We're going to be running it back, the same characters ready to go. And I'm not sure that I expected anything different. It just looks like he wasn't ready to play this matchup at all.
Okay. I think we're not even looking at Jay Grunt. So we're looking at our team list, and again, we're seeing what was Thitko from before, but Thitko can't play again. So hate to see it.
Our sheet says it's Jay Grant.
It does say that, but he is almost literally in the chat. So, yeah, I hate to see it. But we are moving forward. Our game is, again, Cookie. He is taking up a little bit more neutral, but Arsene is, or has been back on the board. But a lot more damage has just grinded that on away. But, oh, man. Had a huge opportunity at a punish. The explosive flame went way behind him, but by the time he actually realized, Cookie was already back. A little bit of a yeet back throw. And that one's going to be it. Yeah. Just great pressure off ledge again, but that's just Palutena's bread and butter, Cool J. Nothing too crazy about it.
Yeah, I mean, even if it isn't Jay Grant in here, this Cookie on this Palutena is still playing incredibly well here. Really just putting on a show. We are seeing his momentum slowing down a bit. He's gotten a lot of damage built up onto him, but still just so overwhelming in this matchup so far.
Oh, and in we go again. Here we go again. Goodness. The up smash again. It just goes so high up, and it goes all the way into that little top platform here on Town and City, and it's just way too much pressure. He's trying to make his way back on, and in we go again. Yet another up smash, and he tried to stall out using neutral B, but it simply doesn't work out again. Cool J now again trying to get a little bit more pressure off stage, but not exactly going to be able to connect. And now Cookie just going to connect with even more damage. Just a couple of up airs. It's as easy as you can get. Nothing crazy.
Just one hit. He's so high percent. That's all you need to not get double 3-stocked here. At this point, it's for the team. You've got to try and save some of these points because Cookie is just playing out of his mind. Just get one stock back. Anything would really help at this point to try and keep your team in this game.
Cookie landing in. Yet another explosive flame. Cookie. Not exactly an empty hop. He's actually going to go up with the up air. And then still covering him stage. Still able to make his way back. I am just shook that he's not dead. The dash attack at full rage. At 100 still not killing out. Cookie still looking for the kill blow. Trying to get it. Oh man, they both hit at the same time. But even then, Cookie's still not dead. Neither is his opponent. Arsene is up. The back air is going to miss. Cool J. It's still not dead. Cookie just trying to get that last hit. Yet another dash attack. He's still not dead. 158. Oh my god. He's trying his hardest just to get it. But the reflect is finally going to get it. Oh my god.
He's not going to get 3-stock this time. And somehow still not dying to any of these hits.
Jeez.
That's it. Finally, he is done cheating death. And he's going to get taken down.
Yeah, that is
still an incredibly strong set from Cookie against the St. John's player.
Yes, sir.
That was 7 points. That was a 7-point set right there.
Yeah, 7 points. It's a tough lead to try to come back from, but again, there's still 3 players to kind of make their way up. But kind of looking at our results from last week, you can kind of tell that this DePaul team, they do have a lot of potential in their hands. And I mean, they ended up riding a lot of momentum from last week period. I mean, especially later on where we saw ADR, where we saw Cookie, they were still taking up games. Although ADR actually didn't end up winning his set, he was still able to take on a couple of points for his team just to keep the battle between DePaul and Canisius relatively close. But you know, what we're going to see from here forward might be a little bit of a change, I hope. If Icaro isn't the first person up, maybe he's playing a little bit later. Same thing with Ego and Bobby. Those are the 3 players that we saw from last week that we are seeing right now, and it looks like they switched up their order too.
Yeah, I mean, if you remember, Bobby was actually one of our MVPs last week. He was an honorary mention.
Right. That was good.
He came out against KC. That was the Captain Falcon mirror, right? He came out against KC, 2-stocked him both times, and KC, you know, he's been a dependable player in this EGF league. Bobby really impressed us last week, so we'll see if he can keep it going. If he can keep it going, it is great news for DePaul because they are basically just going to be almost locking up this win at that point.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think the audio is starting to get a little bit crazy. I think I do sound like a little bit of a robot on stream. So we're going to fix that in just a little bit. We are waiting up for their next game. The score is currently 12-0, or yes, 12-0 We will be right back with the third game between DePaul University and St. John's. We're trying to get this finished too. The patch is coming out in like what, 2-3 hours, so we have to get through 2 crew battles by the end of that time. We'll see you guys in just a little bit.